May 2025. The bells of St. Peter's Basilica toll across Rome and echo around the world. The white smoke rises. The announcement is made. Habemus Papam. We have a pope. But this time the world is stunned. The cardinals of the Catholic Church, in an unexpected move, have chosen Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, a quiet, scholarly yet pastoral leader from Chicago, Illinois, and missionary to Peru. He steps onto the balcony and declares his name, Pope Leo XIV. In the hours and days that followed, media outlets exploded with headlines. First American Pope in history. Why Leo XIV could change the Church forever. Was this a masterstroke by the College of Cardinals? Today, we take you behind the scenes to uncover why Pope Leo XIV is considered by many experts to be a genius choice, and why his election could shape the future of the Catholic Church like no papal selection in modern history. Stay with us till the end. What you're about to hear may surprise you. Robert Francis Prevost was born on September 14, 1955, in Chicago. His early life did not hint at future global influence. He grew up surrounded by strong family values and a deep sense of faith. In 1977, he entered the Order of St. Augustine, an order known for its focus on community life, intellectual tradition, and pastoral care. It was here that Prevost's journey to greatness quietly began. What made Prevost different from other Vatican insiders? Simple. He left it all behind for the missions. He spent nearly 20 years as a missionary priest in Chiclayo, Peru, walking dirt roads, learning local dialects, and serving the poor and marginalized. This is where his pastoral heart was forged. Not in marble halls, but in dusty villages. Not in wealth, but in poverty. From humble beginnings, Prevost's talents soon caught attention. In 2015, Pope Francis himself appointed him Bishop of Chiclayo. In 2020, he was brought to Rome to serve as prefect of the dicastery for bishops, one of the Vatican's most powerful positions, overseeing the appointment of bishops worldwide. This was no small task. Prevost had shown an ability to unite factions, balance conservatism with compassion, and remain rooted in humility. One Vatican observer called him the rare bishop who walks comfortably in both the shoes of Peter and the sandals of the people. When Pope Francis passed away, 133 cardinal electors gathered in Rome in what would become one of the most suspenseful conclaves in modern history. Observers had predicted names like Parolin, Tegel, Turkson, or Erdo. Prevost was seen as an outsider, an underdog, but insiders knew something different. Prevost's calm demeanor, his understanding of Latin American, and European Catholicism, and his missionary background gave him rare appeal. On the fourth ballot, he was elected, an overwhelming consensus, a signal of what was to come. When he announced his name, experts immediately grasped the symbolism. The last Leo was Pope Leo XIII, 1878 to 1903, known as the Great Social Pope who issued the famous encyclical Rerum Novarum on workers' rights and social justice. By choosing Leo XIV, Prevost signaled continuity of that bold vision. Justice for workers, dignity for the poor, dialogue with the modern world. He was not just choosing a name. He was declaring his papal mission statement. But why was this a genius move? The answer lies in everything that makes Pope Leo XIV unique. And in the next chapter, we'll explore why. Pope Leo XIV is the first American-born pope, yet he also holds Peruvian citizenship. This isn't just a coincidence. It is what Vatican analysts call a masterstroke of bridge building. He embodies the cultures of both North and South America, the dynamism and innovation of the global North, the warmth, spirituality, and humility of the global South. This dual identity sends a powerful message to the worldwide Church. We are no longer Eurocentric. The Church belongs to the entire world. His election has already energized Catholic communities in the U.S., Peru, and across Latin America. For the first time, many Catholics in these regions feel fully seen at the Vatican. Pope Leo XIV may appear soft-spoken, but his track record says otherwise. As prefect for bishops, he quietly navigated internal conflicts, negotiated with bishops and clergy, and helped shape the future leadership of the Church across continents. His leadership style? Listen first, act later. Many Vatican watchers say his approach is perfect for today's polarized world. In an era of culture wars and global crises, the Church needed a healer, not a fighter. And Leo XIV has already begun to unite opposing camps inside the Vatican. An Italian Vatican insider put it best. Pope Leo is the ultimate peacemaker. He understands everyone because he has lived with everyone. Pope Leo XIV is not a career Vatican bureaucrat. He is a pastor. He spent years walking among the people, hearing confessions, comforting widows, baptizing children, and building churches brick by brick with his parishioners. This matters. In a church struggling to reconnect with the faithful, Leo XIV offers what many popes have not: relatability, humanity, approachability. He has already instructed Vatican security to allow him to walk through crowds, speak personally with pilgrims, and return to his habit of blessing street children. This reminds many of the early days of Pope Francis, but taken even further. Don't mistake his humility for lack of depth. Leo XIV holds multiple degrees in theology and canon law. He has taught in seminaries and led theological conferences worldwide. But his genius lies in how he simplifies complex theological issues. Instead of academic language, he uses parables and real-world examples. Instead of long discourses, he tells short stories of faith. This makes him uniquely qualified to evangelize in the digital age where attention spans are short, but the hunger for truth remains. A leading theologian said, he can explain Catholic social teaching to a PhD or to a 10-year-old. That is a rare and powerful gift. The Catholic Church faces enormous challenges: a decline in mass attendance in Europe and North America, scandals and loss of trust, wars and humanitarian crises. In such times, the cardinals did not seek a radical or an activist. They sought a steady hand, a moral campus, someone whose life embodied the values of the gospel. That's why experts believe Pope Leo XIV was the only logical choice. In the words of a senior cardinal, he is the Pope of hope in an era of despair. The world reacted with unprecedented joy and surprise. In Chicago, church bells rang across the city. In Lima, thousands gathered to celebrate the Peruvian connection. In Rome, even skeptics whispered, yes, this was the right choice. Global media headlines told the story. A pope for the people, the missionary who became pontiff, the genius of Leo XIV, why the cardinals got it right. Even religious leaders outside Catholicism sent messages of support, praising his history of dialogue and bridge building. The name Leo XIV holds deep significance. Pope Leo XIII, whose name he honors, served from 1878 to 1903 and is remembered for promoting the dignity of labor and defending human rights with his landmark document Rerum Novarum. By taking this name, Pope Leo XIV sends a bold signal. I'll be a pope who stands for the worker, the immigrant, the refugee, the poor, and the voiceless. But there's more. The name Leo means lion. In the early church, the lion symbolized courage, vigilance, and the strength of the faith. In choosing it, Pope Leo XIV has accepted the mantle of the Church's protector in an era of storms. A Vatican commentator stated, this wasn't just a name, it was a roadmap. Many expected the next pope to be a political operator or a global celebrity. The College of Cardinals defied those expectations. They chose a man who had spent decades living modestly, wearing plain robes, and sharing meals with the poor. This was genius. In an age where public trust in institutions is collapsing, humility becomes the Church's most powerful currency. Pope Leo XIV reportedly insisted on keeping his well-worn black shoes. He refused extravagant papal apartments, preferring the simpler Domus Sancti Marthi residence. He asked that his personal coat of arms not be gilded, but made from simple wood. These choices sent a clear global message. I'm here to serve, not to be served. One of Pope Leo XIV's first acts was to reach out to leaders of other religions. Orthodox Christians, Protestants, Jews, Muslims, Buddhists, and Hindus. He extended a hand of dialogue and peace. This was a genius move for another reason. The modern papacy must speak to all peoples, not just Catholics. Pope Leo XIV understands that diplomacy and faith must walk hand in hand. As a respected imam from Cairo said, Leo is a man of bridges, not walls. You wouldn't expect a man born in 1955 to be forward-thinking about technology. But experts say Pope Leo XIV may become known as the technology pope. Even before his election, Leo XIV warned bishops worldwide to address online bullying, disinformation, the ethical use of artificial intelligence, protecting human dignity in the digital world. Insiders claim he is already assembling a Vatican Digital Ethics Council, aiming to help guide the faithful through the moral labyrinth of the internet age. In an early address, he famously said, "The digital world must serve humanity, not enslave it." Analysts predict this will be one of the major legacies of his papacy. The world today is more interconnected yet more divided than ever. The next pope must be both shepherd and diplomat, pastor and global statesman. Pope Leo XIV's resume is tailor-made for this role. Fluent in English, Spanish, Italian, and familiar with Portuguese and Quechua. Experience with indigenous communities and global religious leaders. Deep understanding of both Western and Latin American political landscapes. He is positioned to serve as an international moral voice on climate change, refugee crises, human trafficking, peace and nonviolence. A senior Vatican journalist remarked, "No other candidate had the same balance of heart, brain, and courage." On May 9th, 2025, the world listened as Pope Leo XIV gave his first Urbi et Orbi address. He spoke calmly, powerfully. Let us walk together as brothers and sisters. Let us rebuild the bridges that have collapsed. Let us listen to the poor, to the forgotten, to the planet itself crying out for help. Observers describe the speech as a healing balm for a broken world, a moment of moral clarity in uncertain times. This address set the tone for what many expect to be a transformational papacy. Perhaps Pope Leo XIV's greatest genius is this. No one knows exactly what he would do next. He blends the progressive heart of Pope Francis with the theological discipline of Pope Benedict XVI. He has the missionary soul of John Paul II, yet the simplicity of John XXII. This unpredictability keeps observers, politicians, and church officials alike constantly watching, wondering, and reflecting. A Vatican aide summed it up best. Just when you think you understand Pope Leo, he surprises you. And always for the better. The journey of Pope Leo XIV has only just begun. But already, experts and faithful alike are predicting what could define his legacy. Rebuilding trust. The Church has faced painful scandals and declining trust. Pope Leo XIV's integrity and pastoral heart could help lead a healing process from within. Climate leadership. Building on Pope Francis's Laudato Si', Leo XIV is expected to be a leading global moral voice in the fight against climate change. Synodality and shared leadership. He is a strong advocate for listening to local churches and bishops, a vision called synodality. It promotes a less hierarchical and more inclusive church. Interfaith peace building. His record shows he will continue to meet with world religious leaders, promoting understanding and reducing religious tensions. Defender of human dignity in technology. Pope Leo XIV could become the first pontiff to fully address the ethical challenges of artificial intelligence and big tech. Narrator. If even half of these expectations come true, Pope Leo XIV may become not just a good pope, but a historic one. After years of bitter ideological division within the Catholic Church, the College of Cardinals achieved something few thought possible. They elected someone who bridges North and South, liberal and conservative, theology and pastoral work, faith and the modern world. A leading Vatican analyst said, "We expected fireworks. We got a quiet revolution." Another Vatican insider described it even more boldly. The church didn't pick a celebrity pope. They picked a servant leader. That's the genius of Leo. It wasn't about choosing the loudest voice. It was about choosing the right heart. In the end, no one knows exactly how the papacy of Pope Leo XIV will unfold. History will be the judge. But this much is already certain. He has captivated hearts. He has given hope. He has reminded the world that the church, though ancient, can still surprise us and still inspire us. As he humbly waves from the balcony, smiling at the gathered faithful, one can't help but feel that we are witnessing the dawn of something rare and beautiful. A papacy of wisdom, humility, and genius. Narrator, whispering close. This is why Pope Leo XIV is a genius choice.